Hello everybody, welcome back to my Butchie channel. My name is Natalie Monday, aka Brick Girl Reading. Same name on Instagram and YouTube. Today I'm here with a review video. And this is for The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. This book was also featured in my April wrap-up, and so the next two books in the next two videos be featured in the wrap-up. Were featured in the April wrap-up, which is my previous video. Okay, this is a nap to the book. This is a collection of short stories set pre-Throne of Glass, which is the first book, was the first book in the series. I think the short stories are The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, The Assassin and the Healer, The Assassin and the Desert, The Assassin and the Underworld, The Assassin and the Empire. Wait, if you can't guess, Selenia Sardothian, who is our main character, she is an assassin. She's the right-hand woman of, well, practically the right-hand woman of this guy called Arabin Hamel, who is, like, the king of assassins, almost. With the Assassin's Guild basically being set on all these adventures and that. This 17th of April finishes on the 19th of April, which means I read it in about 2 days. I'm reading from here, by the way. Yeah, so it's a quick read. I recommend, like, with anything with, like, sections like that. Like with sections like that, I tab it. Like, I'll show you with this book here, which is Heir of Fire, which is the 4th book in the series. If you look just there, can't see it that well, but that's because there's a section that's like another part. Because then it feels like an achievement once you get to the next part and you can take the tab off. Yeah, so I found it quick to read. Now on to my notes and that. I did find at the start of the book Selenia to be really cocky. But yeah, I just found her really cocky, like way too sure of herself. But as the book progressed, and obviously as I've read like Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, which are the next two books, Selenia is more developed, she's more fleshed out. You can understand why she behaves the way she does in this a bit more. I found it a really interesting read, mainly because it gave me context of the series. Like, I could, like, some of like the stories mentioned in this, like the desert, the assassin in the desert, and the Empire and the Underworld, those stories. The desert one gets mentioned in Throne of Glass. The Empire leads directly on to the start of Throne of Glass. And then the Underworld, an event happens in that which, like, completely changes Selenia. I won't tell you what happens, but there's an event in it that happens. Also, from this point on, there will be spoilers, okay? I did think Selenia's sudden change of feelings about Sam was a bit slightly too quick for me. Like, it didn't feel developed when it happened. Selenia, basically, when you first start reading the book, she hates Sam's guts. And then by the story, or the end of the 3rd story, / beginning of Underworld, she's suddenly in love with him. And for some reason that just didn't kick in my brain right. Feel right. I was hoping it would get more developed throughout. And something happens to Sam. Sam gets killed. He, basically, in The Assassin and the Underworld, him and Selenia have left Arabin and are striking out on their own. They're trying to get some money together to move to somewhere else. I think it's Wendlin. So they can like get away from the Assassin's Guild and that and just be free. Unfortunately doesn't happen. One of the targets that they go after kidnaps Sam and tortures him and kills him. And then dumps the body in front of Arabin Hamel's place. I did feel sad about it. I felt bad for Selenia because she gets really affected by this, obviously. Because at that point she's madly in love with Sam. That sets off the events of the Assassin and the Empire, because basically Selenia goes mad, from what I remember, and the king, essentially, she gets arrested and the king decides instead of killing her, he's going to send her to the salt mines in, where is it, of Endovia. And he stays there for a year, and that leads on to Throne of Glass. What was my rating in the end of it? 3.5 out of 5 stars. I will say quickly before I go more into probably why I've given it that, I don't have big reasons as to why I give books the ratings that I give them. It's just a gut feeling, and when I finished this book it was 3.5 out of 5 to me. Like, it just wasn't quite 4 stars, but just because it's 3.5 out of 5 doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. Like, I really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed my time reading it and all that. It wasn't a 4-star book or a 5-star book to me. Would recommend, if you do read the Throne of Glass series, yeah, do start with the Assassin's Blade, because it gives you more content. I feel like I probably wouldn't have been as into Throne of Glass as I am if I hadn't have started with Assassin's Blade, because it gave me more context, it gave me more understanding of the world, understanding of Selenia as a person. And she mentions Sam quite often in Throne of Glass, and she mentions the events of the assassin in the desert. I should shut my door. She mentions the events of the assassin in the desert and all that. So, like, I understood when she mentioned them what she was talking about. Recommend it. It was enjoyable and all that. I will see you guys soon. My next video will be on Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I hope you like it. I will do, once I get some spare time, because I'm doing a readathon this weekend, I'll probably will vlog it as well. We'll do a tour of my book trolley. Alright? See you guys soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And I hope to see you guys soon. Hope to see you guys around. Bye bye.